Super Rugby Away jersey rankings. I did the home ones. And to be fair with the home jerseys, there wasn't any I don't remember that I really quite disliked. I thought they were all pretty decent. I think the away jersey is a bit more of a mixed bag, and that kind of makes sense because generally with the away jerseys, you're allowed to take a bit more of a risk. Like the Bulls famously have had some pretty, I guess you could say, stunning or some pretty shocking away jerseys in the past. I've gone through and ranked the jerseys from my least to most favorite. And yeah, you guys can let me know your thoughts. Definitely not a designer. It's just one guy's opinion and it'll be different from yours. But we'll see how we go. I should say, and it came up in the home jerseys video, that the South African teams haven't made this any easier because there's not really a standard on if there's home jerseys or away jerseys or Marvel jerseys, because the South Africans have got Marvel jerseys this year. Like the Lions have got a home jersey and a Marvel jersey. That's it. So I'm counting their Marvel jersey as their away jersey. The Bulls have got a home jersey and a Marvel jersey, plus a one-off like yellow jersey that they ended up having to play in using a jersey clash that they weren't meant to use at that time. The Sharks have got a Marvel jersey for, I guess, their black one and away jersey, so I'll be using the away one. The Stormers have got a home jersey, an away jersey, and a Marvel jersey. I get the Marvel jerseys. I'm basically counting home as home, away as away, and if there's not one clearly home or away, I'm putting the Marvel jersey in there. Let's get underway. Bottom of the pack. I've got this number from the Crusaders. Still haven't updated their logo, but they haven't put their logo on this, at least the shop version of the away jersey. Now, it must be said that the away jerseys for all the New Zealand Super Rugby teams this year were made from recycled material, so that maybe limited the, like recycled plastic, limited the amount of different colors they could use. I don't know, man. Partly it's probably because it looks a bit too blue for me. The Crusaders shouldn't be in blue. Maybe that's just a personal preference, and I don't know, man. Just doesn't do it for me. I showed it to my wife, and she was like, that looks pretty good. So, there you go. The next one, I've put this Rebels one in at 14. Have they played in this one? It's been so long since we've seen rugby, guys. I mean, some of these jerseys probably haven't been busted out by the teams yet. This one, it just looks like a t-shirt, doesn't it? Just looks like a t-shirt. It doesn't really look that much like a rugby jersey. Like, I sometimes criticize some of the teams for going with white for their away color, but white, I guess it has logic to it in that you're less likely to have a jersey clash if you pick white, because nobody really plays in white as their main home color, and Super Rugby has enough trouble with jersey clashes. So yeah, but some whites are nicer than others, and that one is, yeah, just kind of like a t-shirt. Another blue jobby here for the Chiefs. Once again, I showed my wife. She thought it was alright. Maybe it's because I don't think it fits the Chiefs, just that color scheme. And maybe the recycled plastic didn't have that many tones of blue to go for, but yeah, that's the Chiefs. That's the Chiefs away jersey. And to be honest, I should have mentioned at the start as well, some jerseys look better in person than the promo shots, and sometimes it's the other way around. I feel like the promo shots of these Kiwi away jerseys actually look better than the real deal. There was a bit of an uproar when they started playing in these things about just how bad they were, but there'll be people who like them as well. Like I said, my wife doesn't seem to mind them. And I'm doubling down. I'm going with the Highlanders. So I think it was them that caused the Bulls to change their kit, because this kit clashed with the Bulls' home kit. On paper, I think the jerseys wouldn't look that close, but blue, man, on the telly. Blue just starts to look like blue, even if it's a different shade. So I don't know how they got away with keeping their away jersey as blue as well, because your home kit is a dark blue, but it's still blue. It needs to be drastically different. I don't know how this isn't set in some kind of rules or whatever for the competition. I know they say they basically get the designs from Adidas, but yeah, it's not rocket science. Pick a different color, preferably a color that's not similar to your home color, or like one that is part of another jersey, like for another team. Like if another team plays in blue and white, you probably can't pick blue or white if you already have blue or white. Anyway, next. Here's one of the Marvel ones. So the Lions, I mean, I could have counted this as their home one, but I don't think it's technically their home one. The other one's more white. I always think the Lions should be more red. It's the Spider-Man jersey. It's alright. I mean, I'm not that big on the Marvel jerseys myself. I don't mind them if they're getting kids into the game, if they're getting more people to buy jerseys. All good by me. If that gets Marvel fans into rugby, I don't care. That's positive. I'm not against it. I'm not sure why they decided to put the Canterbury logo where they did. It seems a bit off, but yeah, it's alright. It's not terrible. I think it's an improvement from the previous jerseys that we've seen. Next, it's another one of the Kiwi jerseys. I think in terms of the design, it's maybe the worst. But in terms of the color, I think it's the least offensive. It's grey, man. Grey doesn't really offend. It's just kind of neutral, isn't it? So, yeah, and I think it's a decent like counter to the Hurricanes main jersey, which is kind of, a yellow. So, yeah, man, that one I think is all right. It's the best of those Kiwi ones thus far. Next, I've gone with the Bulls and their Marvel jersey. I don't think they were going to sell those yellow ones to the public, apart from like at some charity auction for the players' jersey. I don't think they were going to mass produce them. So I've gone with their Captain America jersey here. It's the second year they've had a Captain America jersey, as with the other South African teams of having a second year of Marvel jerseys. I think what did it about the Bulls jersey, the Marvel one last time, that put me off a bit was the belt. But they've toned down the belt and it actually looks alright. I think it's alright. Again, though, they probably need a color other than blue. But maybe that's what the yellow jersey was for. I don't know. I thought that was just supposed to be for a one-off game. But I don't know. The Marvel jerseys, you can't really compare them to just straight home and away. Next. Initially, I had this a bit lower. But the more I looked at these jerseys, it kind of grew on me. Again, it's white. And, I mean, I'm wearing away jerseys here. I got an away jersey on here. There's an away jersey there. You can see kind of going with white. It's a thing. It doesn't look like a t-shirt. It looks like a rugby jersey. And the more I look at it, I think the more I like this one. I'm not sure that I saw the Waratahs play in it. I can't remember. It's a good counterbalance to their home jersey. So it's got the touch of blue on it, so you know it's the Waratahs, but not enough to create a jersey clash. So blue collar may be questionable, but I think it's alright. The next one, and this one is one that I think definitely looks better in person than on camera. This is the jersey, than on the promo shots. This is the one that the Brumbies went to Hamilton and got a win against Warren Gatland's Chiefs side in. And it looked pretty good that day. Maybe that's because they were winning, but it's a bit different. I don't remember them using orange as their away jersey before. I seem to remember them just used to like kind of invert the colours of their jerseys. So to go for something a wee bit different is quite nice. I think in the online store it was actually called the Clash. Like the Clash jersey. They'll only wear it if there's a jersey clash, which is a bit weird because they went to Hamilton and wore this jersey, which is orange is one of the Chiefs colours anyway. So Waikato. But yeah, I don't think the promo shot does it justice. I think the jersey was pretty good from memory. But again, it's been that long since we've seen rugby. Who knows? It was a toss-up as to which one I put on top between the Reds and the Brumbies. I've gone with the Reds one. It's another one I think probably doesn't quite look as good in the promo shot as it does on the field. My head wants to tell me it's ugly, but I think it's all right. Maybe I'm partial to hoops. I don't know. It's maybe got a bit too much maroon in terms of the whole, wanting to have a different coloured jersey, but I don't know that you would mistake it. And there's no other team that really wears maroon, so yeah, I think it's different enough. And yeah, it's a shift from what they normally put in, which again is what you can do with away jerseys. Next, the highest ranked of the Kiwi away jerseys. I think, hands down, to me anyway, that's the best looking of the Kiwi away jerseys. horrendous big green blob aside, like the sponsors logo is still bad. I'll be interested to see what they feel like, actually, if I get a chance to put my mitts on one to see if the fabric feels any different being recycled plastic. But I think that fits the Blues, man. Home jersey should be blue, away jersey should be white. That's a good kind of contrast. I mean, maybe I'm just looking back to the past where here it was blue and the previous one was, so this one was white and the other one was blue. Maybe I'm just a bit of a traditionalist like that. But, I mean, previous seasons, the last 2 seasons, the Blues have had a light blue home and a dark blue away, which is, again, is foolish. You need to have a different colour. I think that one does the job. It looks like the Harbour Bridge as well, which is a bridge in here in Auckland on the lower part of the jersey as well. So that one, I think, does the job. Next, and I'm showing a bit of bias here, I've got a thing for black jerseys, man. I'm a Kiwi, so yeah, the Sunwolves kit, it's no change from last year's one. It's still pretty much the same. I still think the big W may date a little bit in a few years, but I still think for the minute it's alright. Last I checked, you can't buy these ones anymore. But yeah, I guess it's a bit of a difference from the previous one where it was mostly white with a touch of black. This one's gone with pretty much all black. So yeah, wonder why I like those colors. Next, remember I said not all whites are the same. Like compared to the Rebels one, I think this one looks like quite a slick jersey, right? It looks like it's got the images of some, I think, famous former players of the Sharks there at the bottom of the jersey as well. I don't think the sponsors logos are too intrusive. Just looks like a proper kit, man, that Sharks one. So yeah, very nice jersey. Sharks generally, I mean, you can't really go a lot wrong with black or white, and the Sharks seem to do it pretty much every year. Another team that seems to do it pretty much every year is the Highlanders. Their Nike kits always look good, man. And I've said it before, and I'll say it again. The fabric on these things, at least from what I've felt from this Highlanders Nike one, and I've got a Saracens Nike one as well, it just feels nicer. So yeah, it's kind of got a two-tone thing going on. The jersey gets darker the further it goes down. The Highlanders away kits are generally some kind of orangey theme, or I think it's been kind of a yellowy in the past, but I think it works. Which means number one, and I'm not sure that I've seen this jersey on the field, is the Stormers, the guys with 3 jerseys, the home traditional one, the Marvel one, and this away jersey. I'm not sure that I've seen it. I can't recall. Again, it's been too long since we've had rugby. But yeah, it looks like a pretty slick jersey, man. It's black. It's got a bit of a pattern going on down over the shoulders and then down below. It says "We Stand Together" around the collar. I think it looks nice. Good job, BLK, for that jersey. But yeah, that's just my list. You guys let me know which ones you think are especially good or especially bad. If you haven't checked out the home jerseys, check that video out as well, because I think in that one I also looked at the prices of the jerseys. I think they're pretty much always the same price, the home and away. So yeah, if you were keen to see the price comparisons, kind of skip to the end. And as I mentioned, it is a bit of an interesting one that there's such variation in South African teams. The New Zealand teams they're always on a pretty strict schedule. They always release their jerseys all at the same time because they're made by the same manufacturer and whatnot. But yeah, it's a bit of a mixed bag. Yeah. Cheers, guys. And I'll speak to you again soon. See you later.